ZBrush isn't scary. Part 1, Basics.
Hello everyone, welcome to the course ZBrush isn't scary. My name is Daniel Bayat and today I want to explain more about brushes in ZBrush. As you know, ZBrush has several things in brushes and this is the most important thing you do in ZBrush because you just want to sculpt, and there is a lot of preset and function for every brushes, but I want to cover some of them in this video, so keep tight and start with you. So let me just bring any sphere and just drag it. I don't like its matte cap because I like this one. So the another thing is make it polymesh 3D, and yeah, we start. So in ZBrush you may have some options to sculpt on your mesh, and one of them is the most important thing. You have to have a symmetry, but let me just start with brushes and I will cover symmetry and some special options in symmetry that I will cover with you. So let me just explain. Whenever you just add a brush or use a brush, you can see there is some options here. I want to just focus on these two options, Z add and Z sub. That means Z add a level, added some details on your brushes. You may ask yourself, what did I just bring a box on my viewport? Just hold spacebar, you can find out it here, and you can see there is Z add and Z sub here, and the draw size is your brush size and the focal shift is the focal of the effect of your brush, and the Z intensity, as it's explained, is the pressure of your brush that will cover. So 25 is a default one. I want to just make it less and make my brush bigger. So let me just drag. You can see it just add a volume on my mesh. So it's not very harsh because I just reduce the Z intensity. If you want to just increase it and see what happened, you can see it's bigger and it's just inflated because it's standard brush is kind of inflate, but it's not an overall inflate, but it's kind of like that. So that's it. This is the Z add effect, and for the Z sub it do the reverse. You just carve and do this effect on your mesh, you see. But if you don't want to just change this bottom here, you can take it as a default Z add and do whatever you want, and whatever you want to just make it inverse, hold Alt on your keyboard and you can see it do the inverse. It still has Z add options on, but ZBrush can figure out you hold Alt and you mean you want to use Z sub instead of Z add, and that's it. So you may ask yourself, this is the jaggy and there is no enough resolutions. As you can see here, we don't have very dense mesh. So how we can just increase it? Just go to the geometry and find Dynamesh. If you want to just block the mesh, I recommend you to just use Dynamesh instead of ZBrush. ZBrush is some options that make a quad even even quad topology on your mesh, but for blocking use Dynamesh is very more efficient than ZRemesher. So let me just enable. You can see there is a lot of quad and triangle here, and there is they are very dense. As you see, the resolutions control this number of quad here. If I reduce it to something like 32 and just let me just subdivide my model, and again you can see it make it less. Sometimes it doesn't happen when you just hold control and drag to refresh the resolution. You have to, it's my way to make it possible. Just press Ctrl D to make a subdivision here, and again by holding Ctrl and drag out of my object, I just refresh it. So back to the Dynamesh. When you just reduce the number of resolution, it means ZBrush, I want you to create less topology on my mesh and make it more low poly. But whenever you just increase it, and again it doesn't figure out what I do. I do Ctrl D to make a subdivision, and again Ctrl plus Control and drag to make it again. What I did here, and you may wonder what happened and why I'm confused. If you hold control and click outside, you just mask all over the shape, and if you hold the control and click outside again, you bring it back. So back to the brushes, I go further for this topic. So you can see we have a lot of brushes here, and we can use it on your own, whatever you want to make. For example, these options here, make a planner. We don't have enough resolution to see a planner. You can see it take the shape and make it flat. Alongside the normals that goes to the view, it make it flat. And there is others options, other brushes here, B, T, D, brush, trim dynamic, that do the same but with a fade effect on the edges. And all brushes has its own, let me just bring my move brush. All brushes has its own modifiers and options. Let me just bring the brushes here by open this divider here and just drag the brushes. You have the brushes presets and brushes functions here. You see this is the brushes you choose when you work, and the current one is here, as you can see. And for instance, for move brush, when you just, let me bring it back and again refresh the resolution. Let me just make it less. 10,000 is good, you can see it here. And when you just drag and just drag it out, you see there is a kind of shape that the move brush do, it take the center of the focal and make it out from the center, and it is very smooth. But there is some important options here in a curve, that is IQ curve. This add for some hard surface modeling, because it just take the angle and make it out, and there is a sharp edge, as you can see, instead of this effect. You see, it's very curvy and it's very sharp. By enabling IQ curve, you can do this on your mesh, for instance, for hard surface modeling. And there is some drawback in move brush. Let me just make this out and refresh it. When two topology, two parts of your mesh is near to each other, when you just want to move one of them, you see the other is affected too. So there is a lot of trick to not do this thing. The first one is just mask the shape. Let me just change my mask brush. The first one and easiest one is just mask the shape. It's not the easiest one because I want to show you something else, and do the moving effect. See, there isn't any effect here because we mask it, but the rest of them will be affected. So another thing is, if you don't want to just mask it, or you have the specific mask on other side of other parts of your sculpt, you don't want to add another mask, so go to the auto mask. You can see there is an auto mask and a lot of options here, and one of them is backface mask, which is very important thing. But now I want to introduce topological mask. That means ZBrush can handle which one has the topology and do not make it wrong, and just do the thing to just the topology near to this brush, not the others. It is affected, but you can reduce it and just find out which number is correct to you, and yeah, that's it. You can see 0.1 is very sharp and doesn't any effect on others. And sometimes you want to just sculpt. Let me bring back my resolution up. So you want to sculpt here, and you don't want to see the effect on the shape. I mean, when you just sculpt, you can see it just bring the back face of the your mesh, because it's very thin. So you have to enable backface masking. You see, it kept the other side and not affected by this brush. But if you just turn it off, you can see this kind of wrong thing is happen to your mesh. So be aware of back face masking and topological mask, which is I didn't see anyone use these options because it's very useful if you want to just move your object. And let me back to something else, that is symmetry. Let me reduce my history and back to the day 1 and make my mesh dynamesh. Yeah, that's it. Sometimes not. You always want to make some object, some statue symmetrical, for example faces or something else, and you don't want to just go here and make the first shape and again go to the left side and do it again and find which one is correct and just do by your time, and it's very time consuming. You have to enable symmetry by pressing X on your keyboard. You can see whenever you do, whatever you do on the other side is happen simultaneously, and it is very good to save your time in modeling and make it very easy to everyone to just sculpt on one side and see the effect on the other. And you can find this option here in transform. You see there is active symmetry, that say active symmetry by X. Pressing X is active, and you can change the dimensional here. I want to use it on X, or you can use it on Y, or you can use it on Z axis, or you can do it simultaneously at the same time. You can see. So let me just enable all of them. See, it's very fun, but you can make some ornament out of it. Oh shit. And it just make some good shape. And there is other options in symmetry. Just let me back to first step. And the last one is this option R, that mean radial symmetry. You see there is a radial shape when you enable R and choose your dimension here. You see it's very good for making ornaments in ZBrush, or even I use it as a cutter to make some shape like this. Or let me just increase the number of the radial to something more crazy like 70. You can see you make this shape very effective and easily. It's like something from ancient China. Yeah, look at this. We do it very fast and very effective. And let me just finish this sculpt and show you more about it. So this is the radial, and the last thing, and it is like a topological options. I didn't see everyone use this cause they just know how to use the simple symmetry on X, even not a radial thing. But I want to introduce you these options here. Use possible symmetry. Let me just bring another project and show you what these options do. Let me just. So back to the ZBrush. This is one of my own project that I did. So let me just focus on this character here, and just close the brushes and bring this option here. So I want to introduce you the use possible symmetry. And what does it mean? The possible symmetry is working on a mesh that is not dynamic. There is a good topology, and the topology is symmetrical. That's way you can use these options. Otherwise, if you just dynamic your mesh, it doesn't find out the right thing, because it just calculate your topology. And I can show you. Let me just go to my polyf. You can see this is very symmetrical topology, but in the shape we don't have the right symmetrical shape, because it's just posed. But the topology is right, and you can see my active symmetry, my symmetry is active, and in this part that is symmetrical, it's worked very fine. As I just show you, it's worked very fine and good. But if you want to just do it on the shoulder, you see it's a fake on one side, and the others is out of the control. So this options comes handy in this situation. You just have to click on it, and by see these options is disabled and delete possible symmetry is on, you have the possible symmetry enabled. So you can see when I just hover over my mouse on my mesh, you can see the other side is just follow the symmetrical topology. Let me just inflate this finger. You see there is the accurate symmetrical effect on the other side. And I say it again, this is the one of the most powerful things ZBrush comes with, that you can find in other software maybe, and it is very very good to make possible character anatomy again. But as I said, you have to have the right topology, not a dynamic object. Let me just make it dynamic. You see it doesn't cover the dynamic object. You have to have the right character topology to use these options. So I suppose it is enough for this video. and I want to just make the recap. We cover the simple thing in brushes like moving brush or a standard brush that's Z add and Z sub and Z intensity, and what is the IQ curve and topological mask and backface. So these options is very important, and I will show you how to make your custom UI and bring it to your custom shelf here and make your own desk to do your sculpt very effectively. So by now I want to just thank you to see this video, and I will be glad if you just share it with the other artists. Thank you.